Hello, this is Emily. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be filming my February reading wrap-up. Now, in the month of February, I did not read as many books as I expected to read. I did have a lot of personal stuff going on, which is the main factor on why my reading diminished so much. And I think overall, I read one book physically. I listened to 5 books on audio. I read 5 mangas and 2 graphic novels, totaling 13 books. So let's hop right on in and I'll give you a brief overview of what I thought of each book I read this past month. So I tackled the next omnibus of Shaman King, which included volumes 7 through 9. This was a 4-star read for me, and we basically are continuing on in the journey for the fight to find the next Shaman King. Really great read though. I went on a Serif of the End reading spree and ended up reading volume 17 through 19. Each of these I rated 5 stars, and I'm really liking to see how everything's kind of wrapping up and all those former hints and clues we're starting to get answers to. So I'm excited to see what happens next in this series. I listened to Crenshaw by Catherine Applegate. This is a middle grade kind of contemporary falling in the magical realism category. And it was a pretty hard-hitting middle grade because we dealt with some hard topics such as poverty and homelessness. And this was a 4.5 star for me, and I do really recommend this book. I tackled Babble 17 by Samuel Delaney, and it's a classic sci-fi, and unfortunately I only gave it 3.5 stars. I did kind of enjoy the concept of the book. However, at points, I was a little lost in the narrative, though it was a good read overall and pretty groundbreaking for its time. I listened to Son of the Storm, and it started out really strong, but near the end, I kind of felt it lagged a bit. So unfortunately, this was only a 4-star read for me, though I think I might continue on with the series. I just haven't quite decided yet or not if I am, but it was an okay read. I listened to Binti, which was a very quick, short novella. I did enjoy the story. It get 4 stars for me, and I am interested to see what happens next now that Binti has arrived at university and how she's going to adapt now after everything that happened on her journey to where she was going. I finally completed Heaven Official's Blessing, Volume 1, and this was about a 3.5 star for me. At points, the story did kind of drag out a bit in the narrative, though the ending, we did finally get a big reveal, so I am excited to see what Volume 2 brings and all the lovely artwork it will include. I did tackle the 6th volume of Saga, which was a solid 5-star read for me, and I absolutely adore this graphic novel series. It can be pretty hard-hitting at times, but I'm captivated from beginning to end, and I can't wait for the next volume. I started out trying to physically read The Taking of Jake Livingston and switched over to audiobook. Unfortunately, I only gave this about 3.5 stars. I felt that the writing was a little juvenile at times, but I guess because it is geared towards a younger audience, that's why it came across that way. Though it did deal with some pretty hard-hitting topics such as school violence and suicide and other things, but I do think this is a really good read and definitely check it out, but you probably would enjoy it more if you're more in the high school age range. The final book I'm going to talk about is Fangs by Sarah Anderson, and this is just a cute little graphic novel of little short comic strips following a vampire and her werewolf boyfriend, and I really thought it was cute and enjoyed it, and wish it was longer than it was because it was just such a nice quick read. Well, that is the end of today's video. Even though I only tackled 13 books in the month of February, that is still a pretty good feat in itself. I do hope that March I'm able to get back into the groove of reading, because in February I did have a lot of personal stuff going on, which kind of hindered my mood to read. But I'm hoping next month I come back with double the number. But anyways, I guess that's it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to click the like and subscribe button down below. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching today and hope to see you guys in my next video.